DDO is going to call out the 1 minute mark, and we'll be into the final 60 seconds.
Top, à 0-1 minute.
There we are. Gives us a chance to say hi to all our friends in Brazil at VISIONA, at São José dos Campos, and at the Ministry of Defense in Brasilia. I'm sorry if I had trouble with the pronunciation there. I've been told more than once this week, and my Portuguese is terrible, but I'm doing my best. Sorry about that. Hi also to our friends at ktsat in Seoul, to the Thales Alenia teams in Cannes, to our industrial partners ECA and KOREASAT, and all of you following on the internet. We hope you enjoy it. We're going to cut away and let you listen to the DDO as he calls out the final seconds. Watch for the cryo arms to open at -5.
À tous les DDO, attention pour les décomptes finales. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage UAP, décollage.
Was that worth the wait or not? Ariane 5 beginning her mission, lifting off beautifully from the ground here in French Guiana with a lot of fire. Beginning her mission, the 4th for Arianespace this year, with her 2 new satellites for different regions, for Latin America and for Asia. Making her way up through the clouds, which have passed over us, giving us a great
Les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
DDO says everything is well on board. The 2 boosters are providing 99.0% of the thrust, propelling the launcher along her trajectory at an ever higher velocity. 775 tons at liftoff. That's a total mass. She's burning 5 tons of fuel every second, 2.5 tons in each booster, and another 300 kilos in the core stage. Ariane 5 is now following the
propulsion est normale
in the onboard computer, which gives all the orders. The DDO says everything is fine on board. We're in the first of 4 flight phases. We'll describe each in turn so you can follow Ariane as she heads east across the Atlantic. Right now, the first flight phase, the single core stage engine and the boosters are burning. Boosters going to burn for another 20-25 seconds.
Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
Extinguished, and with the good viewing conditions, you'll be able to see those boosters flame out and even probably fall back from the launch vehicle. So get ready for that. That's quite a sight in about 20 seconds. We're 15 kilometers from the launch pad here in Jupiter, but even here you can feel the sensation of liftoff. And at about 1 minute and 30 seconds after launch, the delayed sound comes over here. There is the flame out of the boosters.
Séparation des étages d'accélération à poudre.
And the DDO has confirmed it. You can see on either side there's a single point of a light in the middle. That's the launcher making her way eastward. On either side you can see the flamed out boosters trailing a little smoke. Lovely sight, and in another minute we may, if we're lucky, be able to see the extinction of the fairing. That'll be nice. That'll make another couple of points of light. The 2 boosters fall 500 kilometers from shore in a protected area. What that looks like is this. There's another booster on the left of the vehicle out of camera range.
La trajectoire est normale.
At the bottom of your screen, on the left our altitude, on the right our speed. You can see that in 2 minutes, Ariane has already hit a speed of over 2 kilometers per second. The speed we need to inject a satellite is roughly 9 kilometers per second. So keep your eyes on the numbers. When we get near the region of 9 kilometers, you'll know we're getting close to separation. The DDO has called out separation of the fairing, and you can see that up there. Another 2 points of light. What that looks like from the vehicle point of view, that's 1/2 on the left, another half falling out of camera range on the right. We can separate the fairing now, revealing, as you can see on the top, our first satellite, Brazilian satellite, We can separate the fairing because we're out of the dense layers of the atmosphere. Over 100 kilometers up, there's neither friction nor heating, which could disturb the passengers. Once a year, a launch is dedicated to a town that's part of the Ariane Cities group. Tonight, Lampoldshausen. With the boosters gone, we're in the second powered flight phase. The single engine, the core stage, is burning now. Our speed is important at this moment, and that's the role of the main stage. Its cryogenic propellant system, that's very cold fuel, is not only highly efficient, but can provide a push that can last a long time. There are two different propulsion systems on the Ariane 5, cryogenics as used in this main stage. Cryogenics in the main stage, more efficient than the solid propellant which was used in the boosters. Basically, solids get us off the ground, away from the pull of the Earth, basic power. Cryogenics are for more precision orienting of the vehicle. And of course, they also allow a stage to be reignited, but that's in the other version of Ariane where we're not using tonight. Ariane 5 is the heavy lift launcher. Remember, the other two members of the family, Soyuz for middle-sized payloads, 2 and 3 tons, and Vega, the light lift vehicle for missions of, well, roughly 1 ton. On the left is the long white tube. That's the lower stage. And above that, a white band, vehicle equipment bay where the computers are. There's a black bell-shaped structure, which is the Silda, which carries the second satellite. This is the first of what may be several shots of the launch and replay. You can look at those moments. Again, Ariane 5 took off from the pad just close to 8 minutes ago. We have cameras at several of the half-dozen observation sites that are stationed across the base, and they furnish us with shots from different angles. Here's another one, and we should have even more later on. I believe the DDO has confirmed, yes he has, the acquisition of the Ariane signal by our first downrange tracking station. That's at Natal, across the border in Brazil. All of Ariane's trajectory has been designed to be followed from the ground. Another replay. The launcher is sending radar and telemetry back, and a network of stations, including Natal, takes the signal. We wanted to say hello to our friends at Natal, run by the Brazilian Armed Forces, because since the very first launch of Ariane in the program, Christmas Eve 1979, they have been part of every launch that's gone east of every one of our 3 Ariane members of our Ariane family. So nice work.
Extinction de l'étage principal cryotechnique.
DDO has extinction of the lower stage, and you'll see separation of the lower stage in the animation, and the ignition of the upper stage. All these 3 commands, extinction and separation of the lower stage, ignition of the upper stage, coming on time, about 172 kilometers up. These orders are given by the onboard computer in about 13 seconds. The lower stage, you will see in a moment, will fall back into the Pacific off the coast of Peru. We're now into the third powered flight phase, the single upper stage engine that'll burn until plus 24:54, 16 minutes, roughly. With separation of the lower stage, Ariane 5 has used up all of the 175 tons of propellant in that stage, another 14 tons of dry mass in the lower stage. Remember, the vehicle lost 240 tons of fuel in each booster before, so most of her weight, you can guess, is fuel, 90% in fact. With ignition of the upper stage, we can begin to focus on the satellites. SGDC is up first.